Romanticism is a term we often hear thrown around, and yet it's used in so many different contexts. And I'm not even touching now, I will in a second, but I'm not even touching on attempts at scholarly definition. Isn't it romantic? Oh, come on, it's just a romanticist, stop it. Or, it's, I don't know, romantic. What does it mean? Is it some vain wish for Never Never Land? Is it love? Certainly it is connected to the romantic, although that's far from all of it. So what is it really? Well, the first thing we should probably find out is what the word comes from. The word is romance, but it isn't meant in terms of the novels with they used to as a mainstay of the book sales of my childhood. The paperback with the young woman in a filmy nightgown, and in the back this Gothic mansion with a light on in the tower window, and a name like Love's Torn Bodice or something. No, it's got nothing to do with romance novels. Although our ideal of romance in that sort is not unconnected, but it actually comes from language. It comes from the Romance languages. Why? Well, in the early Middle Ages, in Western Europe, as Latin was breaking into the different dialects we call French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, etc., they began writing stories of knights, of Charlemagne, King Arthur, El Cid, Amadis of Gaul. And these were written in the post-Latin Romance languages. Now, what has that got to do with it? Well, you'll see. Just keep in mind that things like the Chanson de Geste about Charlemagne and all that were written in Romance languages. Even the word in French and in German for novel, roman or roman, is also connected to it, the word for novel. So just keep all this floating around in your head, because a lot of what we're going to be dealing with are sort of vague concepts floating around in one's head. Romanticism is hard to pin down, which is at once its strength and its weakness, all at the same time. Now, as you may recall, none of us, I don't think, were here at the time or there at the time, but you had something called the Protestant Revolt, which broke up what scholars are pleased to call the medieval synthesis. And what was the medieval synthesis? Well, it was a culture that reflected the Catholic faith, and for sociological purposes, that actually included what we think of as Orthodox Europe, because the schism, while it was certainly of tremendous importance in terms of both church and state, actually did not mean that much in terms of culture.